It's taken us a bit of time, some shady practices, and definitely a few risks, but with all of that, we can finally say we have enough money to grease the wheels on our upcoming business deals. By the way, when I mean business, I mean we won't be getting harassed by the police as much as before, and to be fair, that is something to celebrate, and it looks like Nelson here understands that completely. Anyways, everyone, welcome back to Ostranauts. We're well groomed, we've enjoyed food, and we're feeling pretty damn triumphant. Not to mention, we have enough money to buy a scrapping license on top of the parts we have here right now. So yeah, we're gonna be able to sell quite a bit. We have also docked back at K-Leg. It feels pretty nice to be back here. And we have quite a few things to do here. For one, I need to fix up all the spare parts we have. Secondly, we need to install the extra battery. And finally, we're gonna break the law again. Potentially. Because in this world, crime actually does pay, and while we could sell these parts through the traditional markets, there is a chance we could get a markup if we go through the proper avenues, so we will have to explore all of that today. Not to mention, I would like to uninstall all the seats and sell those too, so I think we're going to start the day off with some more menial labor, then working our way up to some real payouts. Alrighty, that's going to be all of the seats uninstalled and all of the parts repaired, so we should be getting the most money out of each and every one of these thrusters. Though I did save the battery for last because I feel like it's a little bit important to explain it. So we could just install it right where it's at right now, but as you see, there are a couple of small little markers we do need to keep in mind. For one, there's a little electricity symbol, and secondly, there is a small little plug-in port. So in order to install this in my ship correctly, we're going to have each of these go into a conduit or power switch. And the way we can see that is by going to our PDA and selecting power visibility. And that way you can see all of the circuits inside our ship. Currently, they are inside every single one of the walls, so if I want to install this ship battery correctly, we are going to have to install it basically right there. Though I will be switching it over like that, which I think will be connected properly. I'm not really too much of an expert on it, but I'm crossing my fingers it works. So we're going to pick it up and install this bad boy in, and that way we should have about double the electrical power we have currently, which is pretty damn nice when we're doing long-haul scrapping runs. Okay, we'll give that a little bit of time, finishing it in the blink of an eye. Bada bingo. Now if I check the power, it should be a lot higher than before. I think we were sitting at about 50 kilowatts, and would you look at that, we got 98 instead. Oh, hell yeah! By the way, pro tip, if you do run low on electrical power, you can refuel it at the kiosk, and it's dirt cheap. I mean, we're talking pennies, even in this inflated economy. Okay, nice. Now that we've gotten that done, we can move on to the next thing. Also, it looks like Justin Bell has reached out to us, seeking help with a legal issue. I will be doing missions, but right now I want to focus on myself. Speaking about myself, doing all of that repair work has improved our skills. Training our robotics engineering over 5% already. This game does have skill progression, but it's really slow paced, so we won't be seeing too much of an improvement, but it's going to be small ticks like that that really add up in the future, and that's why I wasn't really too keen on fixing my unfit and feeble traits, because we can get exercise equipment to actually work those off. If we don't die beforehand, of course. Okay, now it's time to spend our $7,000 on the license kiosk right over here. Oh, also, I wasn't really too specific on this, but buying this $5,000 license only gives us permission to scrap for 24 whole hours. It's practically robbery, but we can make a profit regardless. Okay, let's buy that. Giving Nelson Bernard a permit. And if we inspect it, this bad boy is going to be valid for the next full day. It's really cool, just the small details like this. It's so cool how you can inspect items like this. Okay, just so we don't lose it, because this is kind of our lifeline, we're going to be putting it on our clip point. Never mind, we're going to put it inside the small pouch inside our bag then. Now that we do have the license, we can actually access the market here as well. There's nothing to buy here, but that's not really the selling point. The selling point is what you can offload here. If we were to sell off our stuff right now, we would be getting a solid $13,727. Right now, we're not going to sell this kiosk anything though, because we could get a better price elsewhere. What this kiosk is though, is it's basically a dump zone, right? They give you pretty good deals, I think at about a 60% rate, and you can sell just about anything to them. Now, where the real money lies is the black market, where you can sell specific parts that people are looking for, and that is where money is made. I will say another benefit of the supply kiosk is that you can actually check what items they want right now and what the prices will be to fetch them. So if we get an AI cargo holder, we can get $15,000, not to mention the wood bar tops, which net $5,000. There's quite a few little things you can get money for. And really the thing I'm going to be looking out for are definitely the heavy lift rotors, the Halverson RCS thrusters, each of those net about $2,000, and if we really want to get, rich, we can maybe find the Hydras, which net $10,000, but the real bread and butter is going to be the fusion reactors. Look at that, $48,000. That's what I'm talking about, and there's one last item that, if we do find, we're basically set for life. Purple coveralls. I have no idea why, but they're worth $200,000. I do think there are a couple more good items, like the fusion reactor parts. Each of those goes from like $2,000 to $5,000. Anyways, that is the gist of it. If you are a new scrapper, I highly recommend taking a look at this list and researching what you actually want to loot. Awesome, now that we've gotten that done, we can actually go make some money. The way we're going to be doing that is accessing the transit system, setting off on a journey towards the old Mescaform bar. By the way, I love the writing of this game. If you look in the corner here, it's small little graffiti details like that that really make the world feel lived in. Okay, cool. We're going to depart over now. The red neons cast heavy shadows in the old Emporium, K-Leg's only leisure district. The OE is a relic of a former world, a portal to the halcyon days of the Wildcat Nigerian colony before Earth's abolition cascade gutted the economy. Spacers come here to escape the bureaucratic grind, to imagine a world without bosses, to split a chilled bottle of Bismarthia even when they can't afford to. A dozen meters away from the shuttle, you see a knot of revelers gathered in the warm light of the Mescaform bar. Laughter and conversation float through Mescaform in a melange of English, Mandarin, and even Yoruba. The last one might be a sign AO managers are mixing it up with the common folk. Whatever the language, the warm organics of human voices in close proximity is a welcome departure from the hollow echo of calm chatter. One of the faces in the crowd is the Fixer. They're a known quantity in the station community, K-Leg's portal to a system-wide, ever-shifting black market whose appetite for used ship parts and other rare salvage can never be sated. Shouldn't be too hard to get the Fixer talking, just mention you have something to trade and they're likely to be interested. That's exactly who Nelson is going to try to pawn our ship parts off to. They can sell parts at a very good rate, better than any other spot inside K-Leg. Also, I have to say the entire bar itself is very moody and very nice. Not to mention there's a furniture kiosk right down here, in which we can find some cool stuff to upgrade our ship with. We're talking bar tables, chairs, sleeping bunks, medical beds, and exercise equipment. These two bad boys are gonna be what we need in order to improve our character. Obviously, they're a little bit out of our price range right now, sitting at 5,000 smackery dues, so we're gonna hold off on that. Though I will see, can we sell off our seats here? We can, but it's at an absolutely terrible price. Yeah, no thank you. Okay, well, let's go head on over to the Fixer then. They should be chilling in the corner right over here. It looks like they're pretty busy right now, so I'll wait around a bit, but we're gonna have to talk to Na Galindo. Actually, I'm gonna take my opportunity right now and say hello. You gotta start off the conversation pretty chill in order to, worm our way on in. Anyways, now that they have initiated conversation, we can change the subject all the way to trading. Na Galindo looks Nelson Bernard up and down and says that selling parts from the boneyard is in violation of the vile Iotamiwa rules and regulations. Besides, even if it weren't, Na Galindo doesn't do business with strangers unless someone can vouch for them. Now, if you were a little bit more apt in the character creation, you could get market access immediately, but we only see them as a stranger. There's two ways to currently get market access. We could threaten the Fixer with violence, or we could charm the Fixer. One of them relies on us being being charismatic and the other relies on us being a little bit intimidating. As it stands right now, Nelson does have a leader trait, but that doesn't really equal charismatic, right? It just means we're good at leading people around, so we're gonna be going for the intimidation route, especially when we can name drop the law enforcement contact. We can say that Officer Tiffany Cox has caught wind of some of Na Galindo's dealings, but seeing as Tiffany Cox is a friend, Nelson might be able to throw them off the scent, assuming Na is willing to play nice. And right now, the way we win this gamble is lowering Na's sense of security to be absolutely terrible, and that way our persuasion can work. So let's start it off by name-dropping our law enforcement buddies, lowering their security and privacy. I will say, interacting with NPCs in this game is a little bit silly. Anyways, their security is currently unafraid right now, so what we're gonna do is return to the subject, and we're gonna crack our knuckles and glare. Then we're gonna follow it up by warning them about a superstition, lowering their security even more. Right now, we just gotta really break them down. And of course, Na Galindo repeats what Nelson Bernard said, but sexually. Maybe we should have went for the charm, but we're already, you know, doubling down on the security. Oh no, that explains it. Okay, they're lustful. That's actually really funny. Anyways, Nelson here's not here to make friends. We're here to make money. So we're gonna tell them to back off. Returning to the subject at hand. Okay, we want trading access. And we're gonna be cracking our knuckles and staring them down one more time. This should put the final nail in the coffin. Oh yeah, look at that, we got them to be anxious. And in return, they are asking about our skills. I mean, we can tell them we're good at fighting, that might help us out. And finally, we can threaten the fixer with violence. Nelson Bernard says their right hook can vouch for them and then cracks their knuckles. We succeed when the target has security anxious or security terrified, which is exactly what we have. Hey, would you look at that? They back into the corner and tell Nelson to relax. The black market is open to anyone with something to sell. There's no need to resort to violence. Just like that, we're in. If we didn't get in before, we could have just, you know, moved on to the official avenues. But now that we do have access here, we can buy a few aftermarket parts, like EVA helmets, data files, even a handgun. That would be pretty damn nice. There's also some fusion parts we can get, but what's more important is selling. Now, I will say, there's a pretty good chance they won't want anything that we have, but it looks like they do. It looks like they won't be buying the turbo air pump or the ablative core liner, but they would accept the RCS thruster assemblies, netting me $3,000 per, about 30% more, so this is gonna be our best friend. Okay, let's sell it all off, giving me 15,000 rather than the 13,000 before. Not to mention we can sell off the seats. Is there anything else you want? No, they don't want anything else other than the ship parts. Okay, with $15,000 to our name, I'm gonna buy the handgun. The SmartLink Quicksilver Handgun, a common, lightweight polymer body sidearm famously advertised by SmartLink as hull-safe due to its standard gauge hollow gel ammunition. It is pretty pricey. Oh, we could also buy an EVA suit right now. Hold on a minute. Okay, so I'm gonna sell off our parts first, giving me a total of 17,000. How much is the EVA suit? 7 grand. Okay, everyone, we are buying that right now. That is going to be such a quality of life improvement. And we even have enough for the handgun. I'm gonna buy that and the ammo with it, because Nelson, he's not really built for melee combat, as he's prone to damage, out of shape, and feeble, so getting into a melee scuffle would be bad. However, if we have a handgun, we could mag dump anyone before they even get close to us, so that's gonna be very nice. Boom, we are now down to $5,000. Oh man, I am such a happy camper with this EVA suit. Okay, first things first, let's grab our handgun, load it up with 20 rounds of ammunition, and we're gonna keep that on our clip point. And while we're at it, I'm going to be putting our PDA on our clip point as well, so we never lose it. Actually, scratch that. We're going to put the helmet on there instead. Awesome. We're going to be putting on the EVA suit when we get back. I think we're just about done here. Yeah. We left like bandits. Holy, we have left like bandits, everyone. All right, let's go head back to the port. selling off the rest of the items the fixer didn't want. Also, another cool thing I forgot to mention is they buy loose parts inside the crates and stuff, so we can sell off like the medication we get, the antibiotics, the bags even. It's a very nice spot to drop off a lot of stuff. I don't think there's anything that I would really want to sell off right now. Maybe the sneakers, because we're never going to be using these. Nah, who am I kidding? We'll keep it all. Just selling off the core liner and pump. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, let's go head back to our ship and actually pop on the AVA suit now. Now, the things we need in order to actually make this thing functional are going to be a CO2 scrubber, an oxygen bottle, and a battery. And it just so happens we already have 2 of those. The only thing I need for it then is going to be the CO2 scrubber. There is one more caveat. I can't use a backpack slot with the EVA suit. So we're gonna have to be holding the bag in our hands at all times. But that is a small price to pay for a very nice suit. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, it looks like when we bought the suit, it actually comes with the filter compartments already. Awesome, we don't even gotta do that. This bad boy is ready to be used as is. Damn, that's really good then. I'm gonna be dropping off my crowbar inside here then, and we're gonna do a little bit of inventory management. Dropping off a lot of the junk we have inside these extra boxes. Okay, that's gonna be pretty good. We have 1 tote for, like, medical supplies, 1 tote for a few miscellaneous tools, and the last one is just all of the extra parts. Maybe I'll put the crowbar inside that tote there, but with that, our ship is looking very open and very ready to be filled with extra spare parts. The only other thing that I would want to buy right now is a couple more tools. We did pick up a stir welder, which has a decent charge, but I would really like a battery charger station, a drill, which I can use rather than the screwdriver, and maybe a angle grinder in order to remove holes a little bit quicker. I think as soon as we grab all of that, we will be ready to head on out. In order to buy those extra parts, we're gonna head off towards the supply kiosk. They have exactly what I need. We're gonna be picking up the angle grinder, the drill, a couple of batteries, and their respective chargers. It's all really cheap, only costing me about $1,000. Now, I will say, if I had the extra money, I would definitely go for the Lance laser torch. You can use this for just about everything, and kind of like the plasma cutter in Dead Space, you can use it as a weapon, which can basically cut off someone's head. Sadly, $30,000 out of my price range, but I will be buying a small oh man, that is a lot of money. I will say having a flask this early would be really nice because we won't have to worry about drinking water. You know what? It's an investment. We'll buy it. Not only that, but I'll get some trenchers just as an extra snack. Throwing a couple of hygiene packs in there as well. Okay, I think that's everything we need. I will pay the kiosk the $5,000. We are so poor already, but we're gonna make our money back. Dropping all of our supplies inside the tote bags. Installing the chargers inside our little airlock here. The left side is going to be our Halverson battery charger, and the right side is going to be our GOT battery charger. These are pretty easy to install, so yeah, we have battery chargers, we got extra electricity, an EVA suit, which is going to save our life, and more than enough supplies. Well, Nelson, it looks like we're going to be having a really good day. And I'm really crossing my fingers that our current good luck carries over to the next little area. Please don't have this hauler slam into me. Okay, we're good. It looks like they docked at K-Leg. For a minute, I thought I completely jinxed it and that 1,000-ton carrier was gonna slam into my little coffin like a bug on a windshield. Where is the nearest junker we can go towards now? It looks like it's going to be about 100 kilometers out right next to the cyber junker. I guess we found our next target. Let's go chart out a course right now. Okie dokie, we are now within docking range. We're going to mute that, and I think we're going to nail this one. We're good. Now the question, how big of a wreck did we... Oh my... Okay, there's quite a bit here, guys. That is a big orb. We're gonna take it a little bit slow. Helmet on, gun equipped. What do we have inside here now? We got a pump, a small rack. I am going to pry open this door really quick. We can't pry it open, nor can we scrap the door, so I'm gonna do what's called a pro gamer move and just scrap the wall on the side, which should take the least amount of time. This is a massive ship. It's got beds, racks. Down over here, we even have some leftover fusion-grade laser capacitors from the reactor. Oh man, I think we've hit jackpot with this one, everyone. Yeah, look at all these racks. Oh man, they even got good bunks here. Oh, and there's a problem. We have, 1, 2, 3 corpses just chilling inside here. Not really a good look, everyone. I have no idea what killed these people. Everything else here looks pretty clear, though, so it looks like I won't need to use the gun. I will double check, though I do think we're good. Okay, we are. Yeah, actually, the more I'm letting this digest, the more I'm realizing I could be in danger. But we're gonna act like every horror movie protagonist and investigate what happened to these dead people. Oh, hold on a minute. It might not be paranormal. This person is bleeding, gasping, dead, and dizzy. Okie dokie. I'm not sure if you guys can see that, but their head seems to have been bashed in. Danielle here seems to be dead as well. It looks like with an arm injury. What about the person down here? No, it looks like they're all gasping and dead. They do have their PDAs nearby, so we might be able to figure out what happened to them. I think we're gonna save this mystery for next episode, though, okay? Nelson has done quite a bit already. We have gotten a bunch of upgrades, an EVA suit, a gun, and quite the bit of equipment to make our job easier. So yeah, if you guys have liked this episode, be sure to like, favorite, share, and subscribe for more as I investigate dead bodies to figure out what the hell happened here. I'm really hoping it's pirates. I am praying it's pirates. Anyways, if you guys have liked this episode, be sure to like, favorite, share, and subscribe to see more of the series. I will see you guys next time. Peace out, everyone.